Hi, it's Alex Sierra, Certified Financial Planner. Welcome to my step-by-step guide to building generational wealth. Whether you're just starting your financial journey or looking to solidify your legacy, this video is packed with all 10 steps that contain practical strategies to help you create lasting wealth for yourself and future generations. Enjoy. Step 1 of my step-by-step guide to building generational wealth is stabilize. Stabilizing is the crucial first step in the journey towards building generational wealth. Stabilizing involves balancing your personal cash flow statement, which can be challenging, time-consuming, and may require some sacrifices. It begins with assessing your current cash flow situation over a few months to determine your average income and your average expenses. Stabilizing also involves categorizing your expenses into needs, wants, and wastes, and being honest with your numbers. After creating your personal cash flow statement, you'll need to analyze it to find, where you're sitting. Is your cash flow positive or is it negative? If it's positive, look for opportunities on the margins to increase income and reduce expenses. If it's zero or if it's negative, you may need to make some sacrifices in order to reduce your expenses or work hard to find a new way to increase your income. You should regularly review your cash flow statement until you achieve a consistent positive cash flow for at least 3 months. This signifies that you have officially stabilized. Regardless of your starting point, a personalized cash flow statement is essential on your journey towards building generational wealth. Step 2 of my step-by-step guide towards building generational wealth is building an emergency fund. Developing an emergency fund is a critical step in the journey towards building generational wealth. It's a foundational element that prevents individuals from falling into debt when unforeseen expenses arise, such as car repairs, home maintenance, or family emergencies. This helps individuals protect their financial stability and progress towards generational wealth. A good emergency fund should be liquid, risk-free, and typically cover 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. Setting up and maintaining an emergency fund involves knowing your monthly expenses, setting a savings goal, and making the contributions necessary to fund it. Even if you have debt, you should still create an emergency fund to avoid further financial setbacks. Ultimately, having an emergency fund empowers individuals in their financial decisions and builds confidence on the path to generational wealth. Step 3 of my step-by-step guide towards building generational wealth is eliminating bad debt. Debt by itself isn't inherently bad, but it often gets a horrible rap. In reality, most people have at least some form of debt, and it can sometimes be a necessary part of their financial progress. The key is understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt. Step 3 of my guide to building generational wealth focuses on paying off the bad debt. Bad debt typically includes high interest debts, so debts with higher rates. The process involves identifying bad debt based off of the lender and the interest rate. Typically, debt with an interest rate above approximately 7% is considered bad debt. To help prioritize your debt repayments, use the law of interest rates, which tells us to put our money towards the accounts with the highest rates first. While not all debt is necessarily harmful, managing bad debt is a significant step in building generational wealth, as it prevents interest from compounding and helps foster a sense of financial freedom. I encourage a positive mindset towards debt. Debt is a common part of the financial journey and manageable with a plan in place. Step 4 of my step-by-step guide towards building generational wealth, establishing financial goals. Step 4 in the process of building generational wealth is to clarify your financial goals. This is where you start shaping your financial journey based off of your goals, values, and dreams. This step involves clearly defining your life goals, particularly your financial goals, and committing them to writing. Financial goals are important because they provide direction, motivation, and a sense of achievement in your financial planning process. They also align your money with your life aspirations, increasing your chances of living happily. When setting financial goals, it's crucial to make them specific, make sure that they have a time frame, and make sure that they are quantifiable and realistic. Vague goals that you can't measure simply won't cut it. Setting financial goals is a proven way to increase the likelihood of achieving them, as many studies have shown. Once you set your financial goals, don't hesitate to review them and adjust them over time. Have patience with yourself and patience with your progress towards your goals. If you stick to them, you will greatly improve your chances of creating generational wealth. Step 5 of my step-by-step guide to creating generational wealth is creating a savings plan. Step 5 of the generational wealth building process is to create a savings plan that translates your financial goals into actionable steps. This phase is more methodical, relying on mathematical calculations to work backwards from your goals to the actions you should take today. Savings here isn't limited to saving into a bank account. It encompasses various investment vehicles, including stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and more. This step involves 6 key elements: establishing a time horizon for your goal, selecting the right investment location, determining your asset allocation, quantifying your goal, calculating the savings amount and frequency, and finally, initiating the account and implementing your plan. This meticulous process empowers individuals to create a sense of control over their finances and provide a clear path toward achieving their financial objectives, whether it's saving for a home, college, retirement, or other goals. Regular check-ins and adjustments are recommended to ensure the plan remains on track. With all of the math involved with this step, I recommend engaging a financial professional. Step 6 in my guide to building generational wealth is to manage risks. This is the defensive aspect of wealth planning and complements the offensive aspect of your plan, which is the savings plan discussed in step 5. Managing risks is important because life is unpredictable and we don't want unexpected events to stop us from achieving our goals and building generational wealth. In this section, I categorize risk management into 3 approaches: taking on the risk, avoiding the risk, or outsourcing the risk. Taking on the risk makes sense when downsides are not catastrophic or if you have a high personal tolerance for risk. Avoiding the risk is recommended whenever possible, but of course, that's not always possible. Outsourcing the risk often involves insurance, particularly for significant assets like income, health, home, and your car. This usually is the best route to managing risk, but you also don't want your insurance premiums to prevent you from living your desired lifestyle. In this chapter, I identified the 4 main financial risks you should manage. They include loss of income, major expenses, inflation, and market volatility. Managing your risk is a key pillar in building generational wealth. In conclusion, I recommend that everyone assess your top risks, formulate a risk mitigation strategy for each one, and consider working with a certified financial planner for expert guidance. Step 7 in my guide to building generational wealth is to acquire assets and passive income. Assets are a key building block toward generational wealth. Your assets are anything you own and essentially just your stuff. Not all assets are equal, however, some assets we need, like your car, transportation, money, or food. Some assets are productive, like investments, real estate, and businesses. And others we simply desire, like a sports car or a nice watch. You should prioritize your asset accumulation starting with your needs, then the productive assets, then desires. The importance of acquiring assets is key to building personal wealth, which is measured by your net worth. The larger your net worth, the more wealth you will pass on to the next generation. You can use a personalized balance sheet to calculate your net worth. A balance sheet simply lists your assets, subtracts your liabilities, and calculates your net worth. A growing net worth is a great sign that you are building generational wealth. In this section, I also discuss the importance of building passive income. Some great assets that provide passive income are real estate, annuities, business ownership, and income-oriented stock and bond portfolios. To acquire these assets, you need to prioritize correctly, plan, and always be on the lookout for opportunities. Maybe your financial planner can help you out with these steps. Step 8 of my guide to building generational wealth delves into the pivotal aspect of NextGen Investments, shifting the focus from personal wealth to the generational wealth you create by investing in future generations. You might ask, why should I invest in the next generation? We live in a competitive world. Competition is a huge factor in education, career, and financial arenas. Investing in the next generation provides them with a competitive advantage, which is crucial for navigating this cutthroat landscape. It also gives the next generation the confidence they may need to pursue their passions and make a positive impact on their community. Given this importance, the next question is, how do I invest in the next generation? There's a few ways. First, invest in early education. Investing time and resources in early education sets the stage for future success. Encouraging creativity, providing diverse experiences, and emphasizing the value of education are vital. Second, invest in the next generation's college and professional training. Supporting access to higher education or vocational training equips young individuals with essential skills that give them competitive advantages in the competitive job market. Third, invest in the next generation's financial literacy. Equipping the next generation with financial skills at an early age empowers them to make informed decisions about money management and wealth building. This helps them with their personal wealth building journey and will put them on the right path to building their own generational wealth. Fourth, invest in the next gen by giving in an intentional manner. The key word here is intentional. Don't just give money to your kids and expect them to make the right decisions. Instead, give strategically, whether through financial support or through mentorship. This can significantly impact the next generation's ability to achieve their goals. Fifth, make sure you have the right protections in place for yourself, such as insurance and a living trust. This safeguards your assets and secures a lasting legacy for future generations, even if something happens to you earlier than expected. Investing in the next generation isn't just altruistic. It yields tangible benefits for the investor as well. By preparing the next generation, you improve the community around you, giving you a brighter today. And then at the same time, you're equipping the next generation to create their own generational wealth and improve your community for generations and generations to come. Step 9 of my guide to building generational wealth explores the crucial task of creating an estate plan. An estate plan serves as a blueprint for transitioning your hard-earned personal wealth to the next generation efficiently and effectively. It encompasses various legal documents and strategies aimed at ensuring that your wishes are fulfilled after you're no longer able to manage your own assets. The components of an estate plan may vary from person to person, but typically they include a will, a trust, a financial power of attorney, and a healthcare power of attorney. When creating these documents, the most consequential decision is choosing your successor trustees and your beneficiaries. Your successor trustee is essentially in charge of making sure your wishes are followed after you pass away. Your beneficiaries are the people or organizations that will inherit your assets. Contrary to popular belief, estate planning is not exclusive to the ultra-wealthy. It is equally essential for everyday individuals and families aiming to create generational wealth. Without a well-thought-out plan, assets may be subject to probate court, resulting in delays, potential conflicts among heirs, and insanely high costs. I would actually argue that it's more important for everyday people to have an estate plan because the expensive and difficult probate court process can really hinder the amount of wealth that passes down to the next generation. Creating an estate plan involves a few key steps. First, assess your assets and your desires. Second, draft the necessary legal documents. An estate attorney or a trusted financial professional can help you with this. Third, fund your trust. This is a crucial and often forgotten step. This involves making sure your assets are placed in the name of the trust and making sure the trust is a beneficiary on your accounts. A trust can be signed, notarized, and made official, but if it's not funded, it's useless. The fourth and final step is to regularly review and update your estate plan. Seeking professional guidance, whether from an estate attorney or a financial planner, can help you navigate the complexities of estate planning effectively. Another important aspect of creating an estate plan is to prepare your beneficiaries. This is crucial to ensuring that your wealth is preserved and utilized in line with your intention. Educating beneficiaries about your wishes and teaching them the necessary financial literacy skills equips them to put the wealth they inherit to good use. Estate planning is a fundamental step toward building generational wealth and securing your legacy. It requires foresight, unselfishness, and proactive action to safeguard assets and empower future generations. By investing the necessary time and resources in creating your estate plan, individuals can lay the foundation for a lasting impact on their families and their communities. Step 10 of my step-by-step guide to building generational wealth involves what you should do once you've successfully completed the first 9 steps, and that is share your success. This step is very important because it allows you to take your goal of building building generational wealth to the next level. Sharing your success can benefit you in so many ways, starting with the enhancement of your community. By imparting knowledge and motivation to those around you, you contribute to a positive environment free of financial stress. This creates a more pleasant and prosperous community for you to live in. Sharing your success also creates a compounding effect when it comes to building generational wealth. Each person you assist in their journey towards financial prosperity not only benefits you, but it also benefits them and their future generations. Imagine if that person shares their success with a few others. All of a sudden, you're causing a positive domino effect that can affect tens, hundreds, or thousands of people. That's really making a difference. This is the type of ripple effect that has the potential to significantly narrow racial and generational wealth gaps, thereby fostering greater economic equality. There are numerous ways to share your success effectively. Some of these include just being a role model, being a mentor, volunteering, donating, and advocating for causes related to financial literacy and generational wealth. By leveraging modern technology like social media, blogs, and podcasts, you can spread your message far and wide, reaching individuals across diverse communities and demographics. You can also share your success by connecting people around you to the financial professionals that helped you out along the way. One important reminder when sharing your success: do not brag, do not be arrogant, instead be empathetic. Everyone has a different path toward building generational wealth. When you are sharing with others, be sure to include stories of both your successes and your failures. By doing so, you humanize your journey and provide relatable insights for others. I try to live out these ideals in my personal life as much as I can. As a certified financial planner and wealth manager, I prioritize working with educators and nonprofits, recognizing their potential to positively influence our future generations. I also strive to provide financial education to the public for free and to be a connector of people in my everyday interactions. In conclusion, sharing your success represents the pinnacle of my step-by-step guide to building generational wealth. By embracing this final step, individuals can transcend beyond just their personal achievement and leave a lasting legacy of empowerment and prosperity for their communities and beyond. Thank you for watching my step-by-step guide to building generational wealth. Remember, building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. So take consistent action and stay committed. My team and I are here to help you, regardless of where you're at in your generational wealth building journey. Cheers to your success.